This guitar is going to have a Floyd Rose. I'm going to show you how I route for a Floyd Rose. That's the one. Right, let's get visual prop. We all love visual props. Ta-da! Ooh, look at that. I would say shiny, but it's not shiny. So yeah, that's gonna fit in there, something like that. There you go. So, where do we start? Well, we start at the beginning. That's always a good place to start. Hey! No. So I've got my neck fitted. I have calculated and worked out where strings will be, just to check. Marked on my centre, marked on where the scale line is going to be. This one's going to be a 25.5 inch or 648 millimeters. So I've done that from where the nut will be on the neck and just marked a little line, measured it, mark the line there. It's always good to do stuff like this. Well, I like to do stuff like this after the neck is obviously not fully made but fitted, just so that you know where things are going to line up. And yeah, I'm going to cut some irreversible holes in this body now. That is the plan. I hope this makes sense, because I don't even know what I'm saying here. This is all ad lib. Well, yeah, so I think I'm done with the neck for now. I've actually already marked the outline, but here's my template. And what I do, I've marked on. Now, you can or cannot take this. I have worked out to be, I've worked out that I can set the front edge of this template 15mm ahead of my scale line, which I've marked, and that seems to work okay. Gives you enough room to fit the tremolo and intonate and whatnot. So, I mean, I've worked it out, it's worked for me. I'm not saying that is gospel. Disclaimer is, it's up to you to check that, but I'm happy for my work that works. So it's just a little tip, maybe you want to double check that and satisfy yourself. Anyway, so marked it where I want it to finish, get my template, line it up. Obviously I've got the centre marked off, centre line marked off, so I'll line that up. Make sure I'm happy, draw it. Right, so now we are done with the neck, so throw that away. I'm joking. Put it neatly to the side of this big pile of timber I've got on the bench that you probably can't see on camera. Don't need that either. So there we go. We're now left with some lines for markings for holes. So I need some more bits for this. Where to find them? It's just a drawer full of templates, and it's like Jenga. Try to get them all back in. Jenga, Tetris. Jenga's the one that falls over. Anyway, right. So Floyd Rose template. We know where we're going, but we'll obviously double check against centre lines, blah blah blah, when we do it. So I've written on some instructions. I don't even know if you can see them, because I forget this. So this is going to be for a recessed Floyd. So first of all, we get the template on, then we route the whole shape out to a depth of 6mm, which allows us our recess. Then in goes this to mark where the centre posts, you know what I mean, the mounting posts holes to be drilled. That's them. So that goes in there. We mark them out and we take that out. That's so big. I've done it the full size of this, so that it's a nice tight fit and it can't move around and wobble. So what I'll do is put that in and then using a bradawl, mark the hole. That's that. Then we go in with this, like so, and that will keep our depth for where the mounting posts go, because they don't need to be any lower. And route the rest of this out to 13mm, and that then gives us our recess. Anyway, good job I put these instructions. Yeah, so in with that, route it all to 13mm. I mean, that can sort of stay in. Can that stay in at that point? Yeah, that can stay in at that point. Then we put this one in at the back, and then we go all the way through the middle here. I tend to go just around the centre and up against this line. I mean, this is all stuff I could tell you as I'm doing it, but I'll tell you now as well. Yeah, following this line, and I go through, and then that will give me the line for the back to line up for the rear route. So that line then lines up with that on the back. All will be clear when I do the do. So stop waffling and start routing. Now, for anybody wondering what's going on here, with this trick, you'll never need to buy double-sided tape again. I'm sure most people are aware of this by now, but if not, masking tape on there, bit of super glue, blob, little spritz of this, and that's going nowhere. There we go. That is the template set. Okay, so as I said, first job 6mm. I will use a combination of my 1/2 inch router and my 1/4 inch, just because the bits that I use on the 1/2 inch obviously gets rid of the material a lot quicker and easier. The bits are a bigger diameter, so they don't quite get in the corner, so we clean the corners up with the palm router because it's a smaller diameter. So we are going to need a selection of bits. So let's go crazy. So this first one is going to be 6mm, so plunge, lock it off, drop the depth guide, 6mm. There we go. This is for the extractor. Put that on, leave that. So there we go, step one. Hopefully you can see that. That light's bright. Step one, we've routed the shape to 6mm. Step two, as I mentioned earlier, put this in, mark the holes for the posts. So what I'm actually going to do, rather than use the brad, I'm just going to drill a little marker hole, because the hole in that is 3mm, like so. So I'm going to use the drill bit as the brad. That's that in there. 1, 2. Simple as that. Obviously it's a nice snug fit, so just wind a screw into that and hopefully screw can come out of there. I'm done with that one now. Okay, and you can see sugar post holes are marked. There's a camera somewhere in there. So next, this one. And this is where we take this all down to a depth of 13mm. I forgot what this piece was for, and now I've remembered. This is a packer to pack this up. How embarrassing. So I can use this 20mm bit, because the 10mm bit will be slightly too small. 20mm bit is ever so slightly too long. So I pack up that packer with a packer for packing, and that will raise the template where I need it to be, so I can use the 20mm doobly-doo. It's actually been a while since I've done it at Floyd Rose. I did quite a few last year, but I've not done one for a couple of months, so you know, I'm just trying to re-educate myself as well at the same time. Right, bring this back over. Okay, let's zero it again. There we go. What are we on there? 54. So we're going to go 67. That will give us a plunge of 13mm. So that will allow us to obviously recess it a bit, and gives you plenty of room for the up pull for the fine tuners. Okay, let's get some extraction on again. There we go. So now hopefully you can see that step forming. I'll try and I was going to say I'll try and add pictures, but oh, that'll mean stopping this and coming back and blah blah blah. Anyway, waffling. So even with this one, back in with that one. Now we'll put this in, and yeah, so now we're going to route through on that back edge. Got to go all the way through to line it up for the rear route. So that's that. And that will allow us to go right the way through. This bit will go right the way through and into the bench, which isn't ideal. So what I'm going to do, I will set a stop part way through, so just a few mil left. Then I'll block this up just to go, you know, the final plunge. So now with this one, we're just going to keep it sort of around the middle here, because all we need is this flat edge somewhere near the centre line, so that we can line that up with the rear template on the back against this edge, reference edge. So that's what we shall do. Maybe I'll run a force a bit through actually first, take some of the material away, and then I clean it up with the router. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Okay. I don't know what happened to my voice then. Okay. Because I haven't got very far deep reach on the drill press, I've only managed to drill one hole. But if nothing else, it'll give me a bit of a safer place to start. Obviously, got to be careful going in into a channel. There's a possibility if we're not switched on, that the router bit can bounce around and stuff. So we're not going to plunge right in. We're going to go in a couple of mil and just sort of clear it out, moving back and forth as we gradually lower it, you know, taking little passes till we're through. So here we go. Okay, so actually the bit didn't go all the way through as I anticipated, so I'll take the templates off and then do that. But you can see there now what I've done in the middle. So I've marked obviously this flat edge near the centre line for lining up. So yeah, that's everything there. So take them out, and we're done with this now, so that can come off. Voila. So now I will just finish, get the router in there, finish this right the way through, and then we're on to the back. Very good. Simple as that. Get rid of these, I don't need them. So there you can see, hopefully, one recessed Floyd route from the front, and then my reference hole routed right the way through the back. So just going to transfer the centre line. So, template like that. Oh, I'm a loud crap, wasn't here for that. Line it up, centre line, check everything's good. Yeah, flush there, that's the key, and then you can mark it. Not that it's massively necessary to mark it, but I always like to. And you can see that's where it'll go. which looks good. Yeah. So why is that small? I don't think we need that one. I'm trying to remember now. I think so. Yeah, we do this around, is it 19mm, something like that? I might have to check this. That's embarrassing. Then this goes in just to fill the void, and then we clean this up all the way through to the front then, which will then obviously line up with these, and we'll get a nice neat hole. The shape of this one comes through the front, and that's why we don't go all the way to the edges on these. You'll see when I've done it, just looks a bit neater. So yeah, let's stick this down. Happy days. Thanks to the magic of technology, I've just been able to cut and go and check, and it is 19mm depth for the back that we want to hit. So I'm going to go back to my 20mm router bit. There we go. Yeah, it's all coming back now. We route this out first, and we use this. And that screw to hold that bit in, and that screw will all be routed out once we take this out and finish that off. Very good. Right, so what we will do is take this through to meet on the front. That's what we're going to do. I need to change this. Okay, bit of a schoolboy error there towards the end. Took the template off. A bit too early. I need to sort of tidied up one of the corners with the smaller router to get the smaller radius. Then took the template off, and then had to swap bits because the one that was in it was too long. Had I kept the template, it would have been fine. So there you go, a bit of to and fro-in. So basically, yeah, I routed through. I forgot where we're up to now. Routed through here as far as it would go. Then routed the middle to a depth of 19mm. Waffle. Routed that to 19mm. And then, yeah, a simple way would have been to do that with the template, neaten it up in the corners, take the template off, fit that in as I did, and then flush it up with the little router inside there. But yeah, basically it is done. So now that's what it looks like on the front, and that's what it looks like on the back. Simple as that, really. and then we can fit, well we can't fit, but we can test that in, see how it looks. Should be something like that. There you go. So the good news is, what's this showing me, this is showing me now, is that I need to take some more out of the back here to allow for fine tuners, which is alright, I can do that. That's actually dead easy. And what I will do with that, I think, I've done it before, it looks kind of cool, is using this bowl cutter. So you get a round scoop across the end as opposed to a harsh edge like this. So that's what we'll do, and it'll just be a case of marking off. I'll give it 10mm, and then just, you know, lining this up where I mark it, flushing it with the sides, and that's it really. Check it obviously against the centre line again, something like that. That actually looks pretty good. So I'll do that, and then we'll take it out with the little router, like I say, with this bowl cutter. There you go. 10mm is there. Okay, so that's that done. Happy with that. Now there's a little tiny step inside, and I'm just going to try and clean that up a little bit with a chisel. So there we go. Yeah, happy with that. Just cleaned up with a small chisel there and a little gouge. So done. You probably can't even see that there anyway, so, but you know, sanding will fix that. Not fix it, you know what I mean, sanding will, when I sand it, that'll smooth it all in. So yeah, that is that, and then the last step was obviously to drill 4 posts. Now, we all know how to drill holes. I think I'll just end the video there, to be honest, because that's all it is now, is just drilling these. We've got the centres marked. I'll step it in 2 phases. It looks like I'm going to be going for around a 9.5mm bit, but obviously I'll test that on some scraps first, make sure, because you don't want it too tight. If it's too tight, it will split the wood, because obviously there's a lot been taken out. So it'll split that on its way in, so you've got to get the size right. I suppose the way around that is drilling them first, and then it won't split. I mean, that sounds pretty simple now, I've said it like that. I'll do that next time. So yeah, I'll test it on scrap and get the right size. And yeah, it'll just be a case of drilling, yeah, really, just the hole as deep as the stud. That's how far down, so that the top will sit flush in the little recessed area there. Something like that, basically. So yeah, I will have fun doing that now, and hopefully this video hasn't been too boring and you've learned something. Do all the liking and subscribing and sharing and thumbs up and comments. Let me know in the comments if you've got anything to add, any thoughts or opinions, questions, anything like that. Or even if you just think I'm boring and you'll never watch me again, it's cool to let me know either way. So yeah, have fun. This is where I feel as though I should have a catchphrase at the end. What could it be? I don't know, but there you go. I'll think of something for next time. TTFN.